Alright, before we officially enter October, Teacher Sunny will be sharing even more different types of questions with everyone. Then, starting precisely in October, Teacher Sunny will also be sharing more valuable learning methods related to mathematical thinking. After all, many people have been asking about this. What exactly are these methods for learning mathematical thinking? What are their underlying principles and logical essence? So today, Teacher Sunny will, through this session, through these questions, step by step, I will explain more about the underlying logic of mathematical thinking in this very area. First, let's look at a question. This is a truly classic flexible thinking problem involving an octopus and an... There are 30 octopuses and turtles in total, and together they have 128 legs. So, how many octopuses and how many turtles are there? The first step is to carefully read and analyze the problem, which is something you must do every time you solve a problem. First, the process is to analyze the problem. If you analyze the problem well, you've already solved 50% of it. If you can't analyze the problem, you won't even know where to start, and then there's simply no way to solve it. Alright, so let's take a look at this problem. We can use the method of adding angles. Let's add the angles in. So generally, students in 3rd or 4th grade can solve this problem. As long as they draw a diagram, they can solve it. So at the elementary level, many times all we need to do is draw a diagram. Once it's drawn, it's very intuitive. Kids can immediately see how to solve it, and then they can work it out. So how do we solve this problem? First, let's draw it out. There are 30 animals in total, and there are 3 in total of octopuses and turtles. So, we can now draw these 3 distinct animals. The first 3 and the last 3, let them represent the whole group, so altogether there are 30 animals. Alright, first, the problem is telling us this. The octopuses and turtles together have 128 legs in total, right? 128 legs. Okay, since there are 128 legs, let's give each animal its legs. First, what we need to understand is this. As for the turtle, how many legs does a turtle have? The turtle has 4 legs. And then the octopus just... Each octopus has 8 legs. Alright, so tell me, do turtles actually have more legs, or do octopuses truly have more legs? Of course, octopuses definitely have more legs, right? So turtles in comparison have fewer legs, don't they? So let's begin with the one that has fewer legs. The turtle, as we know, has exactly 4 legs. So here, for each of these 3 animals, we will give each one precisely 4 legs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Each animal consistently gets 4 legs indeed. Each time we give it 4 legs. So when you clearly draw it out, it's very intuitive and truly vivid. So from this point here, we can clearly see for these 30 animals, we first give each and every individual animal a total of 4 legs. Subsequently, how many legs have we precisely used in this particular scenario? That's the grand total of 120 legs. Right? The problem tells us there are a total of 128 legs, so how many legs haven't been used yet? So what's left is 128 minus 120, so there are 8 legs left completely unused. Now let's take another quick look, over here, for each individual animal. After giving each one 4 legs, all of them become turtles. Right? They all become turtles, every single one of them. Because turtles inherently have 4 legs, and we meticulously searched, but didn't find any octopuses at all, what exactly does that truly mean? It profoundly means that these 8 additional legs are actually specifically meant to be added on to transform one of these creatures into a magnificent octopus. So, if we carefully attach these 8 extra legs, then as long as just one single animal is properly fitted with these 8 distinct legs, it can indeed become a fully fledged octopus. Consequently, these 8 legs can only be precisely installed onto a maximum of 2 animals. So in other words, these 8 legs divided by just 8 minus 4. Why is that? Well, an octopus has 8 legs, but earlier 4 legs were already installed. So in total, 2 octopuses. We can clearly find two octopuses. So, from the provided diagram, we also know that there are indeed two octopuses. Now the question is, how many turtles are there in total? It's not hard to figure out the number of turtles. There are 3 animals in total. Subtract the 2 octopuses, and that leaves 28 turtles. So now we can figure it out. If you've learned something, please give Teacher Sunny a like, follow, and share this with others.